I got your wig and yes, you're still mad. I got your wig and ha 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 ha. I got your wig and ha 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 ha. You're so upset and I could care less. Get out of my face. I got your wig and yes, you're still mad. Ooh, you're mad, bitch. Why they hate this? Why they hate this? Mad bitch. Why they hate this? You can't take this. 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 Why they hate this? You can't take this. Why they hate this? Mad bitch.
Know whether to be cold or hot. Well, I should point out that since your finale, which took place in Bermuda, you all as a group really have not been together or spoken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
I feel like they have been together. I think they were together a lot.
Yeah.
Minus me.
I've heard we're on the outs with Monica right now. What's the deal with that? Why are we anti-Monica?
Well, listen, we have some great history and so many layers to our friendships, and I think that's just like what we've been focusing on. And, you know, we're a tight, hard group to infiltrate, I guess.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I learned this season is just the friendships and how important it is to support friends and be truthful and be honest and you know, not, you know, sometimes we talk, but to always be supportive.
Yeah. But not of Monica.
Well, just as Salt Lake City,
boundaries are important in
Yeah.
every relationship, and I'm really learning about toxic relationships and how to have personal boundaries, and so I'm making those choices, and sometimes people aren't on the right side of the fence.
Okay, what about you?
You are the company you keep, and I think that's what I'm focused on. Is I'm just not tolerating, like Heather said, things that I may have in the past, and wish her well. But we're together.
You're in great company now.
Fresh powder, fresh start.
yeah, there's a lot of love in the friend.
Can I be in the group?
Yes.
Okay, I'm part of Bad Weather.
We have a lot to go through tonight, and we will get into what happened at the finale. But before we get into the season, I also want to mention the Jen Shaw of it all.
Okay. Okay, wait. Can I what? Can we turn it on? I need to go.
What is going on?
Why are the police here?
That's when I got a phone call. Well, it was a New York number. I answered it, and it was a detective saying, and what he said to me was, "Hi, this is Detective so-and-so. I just want to make sure, are you okay?"
Jen, this is a true story. So they randomly just chose your name to think that you and Stuart?
I have no idea, but I don't know any of the people that they asked me about.
You have no clue?
I have no clue what they're talking about.
How do you feel about your former first assistant, Stuart Smith, taking the stand against you? You described him effectively as your right hand, and now he's supposed to testify against you.
I'm fighting this. I am
fighting it.
innocent.
She's fighting it.
And I will fight for every person out there that can't fight for themselves because they don't have the resources or the means. You know, there are nearly 10,000 people a year that are wrongly accused and convicted of a crime they did not commit. And it's important to me to fight. It's important to me, one, because I'm innocent. I'm not guilty of any of these charges that that I've been accused of.
Any comment at all?
Are you gonna go to jail for 11 years?
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shaw pleaded guilty in her federal fraud case today in front of U.S. District Judge Sidney Stein. Since the housewife pleaded guilty to count 1, conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing, the prosecutor agreed to drop count 2, which was conspiracy to commit money laundering. Shaw allegedly scammed hundreds of people, specifically elderly, in a widespread telemarketing scheme.
You know, this whole time I've been telling Dana that, like, you know, she should get to know Jen and make her own assumptions on Jen. Don't go off of public opinion. You know, we're innocent until proven guilty. You don't want to assume she's guilty.
I was always trying to protect myself. Like, I don't want to be associated with someone like that.
It is sentencing day for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member Jennifer Shaw. In federal court in Lower Manhattan, Shaw could face up to 14 years in prison for running a nationwide telemarketing scheme that defrauded hundreds of people, including elderly and vulnerable victims. Her attorneys argue she deserves no more than 3 years in prison.
You good, you good. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me.
No, you can't go. You can't go.
You know, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous and scared, because to be away from my family. That's what I fear the most is, you know, that transition of you know, not being able to hug and kiss my boys and my husband every day and my mom and but you know, at the same time, all of those emotions, I also feel hopeful and motivated to do a good job, you know, and make the most of my time away.
A number of people who surrender to federal prison, I know from experience, feel a sense of relief because at least the day that you surrender, you finally get credit for time served. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the journey, but is there a sense of relief that at least finally when I surrender in just a few hours, I'm finally getting some credit here?
Yeah, there is, like, there's so many emotions, and I have all of these, like, you know, nervous, scared, and then like hopeful. And there is a sense of relief because throughout this entire journey, there was so much ambiguity going through it, and there was so much unknown. And now for the first time, like, I'm in a position where I know what is happening tomorrow. I know what's happening. I know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I know what my plan is going forward. And so there's a sense of relief that I'm going to be able to put the past behind me and finally start truly healing and forging a new path.
Well, to create this path moving forward, I want to look back a little bit and reflect on some of the choices that have been made. The lion's share of people who become immersed in a government investigation never would have imagined in a million years they would become immersed in a criminal investigation. I was no different. When I learned that I was a target, I responded poorly. I didn't work well with my lawyers. I lied to the government. I did everything terribly. And yet I learned while in prison and now in this business, I'm not alone. So let's take us back to the beginning for a moment. When you learned that you were a target, what was your immediate response to this investigation?
My immediate response was, they must have the wrong person. Like, they must have this all wrong. I didn't do anything. That was my immediate response. You know, I was in complete denial at that time and for a long time throughout the process, because I truly believed and was telling myself that I'm not guilty of these things that they're accusing me of. And that was my initial, that's what I thought when, you know, to answer your question, when the investigation and the arrest first started, that's how I felt.
And in working with your lawyers, do you feel from the beginning you were speaking openly and honestly with them? Or do you feel you couldn't yet comprehend what was transpiring, so you were not even in a position to convey to your lawyers what you knew when it happened and whatnot? Help us understand how well you work with your lawyers as soon as you learned that you were a target or had been arrested.
So that's a great question, because at the time when I thought I was working very openly with my lawyers and conveying all of the facts as I recalled them and what my involvement was. But then, you know, when I fast forward, I was really, it was like I was in this tunnel, right? And I was only seeing what I wanted to see and what I wanted to recall and what I thought, because again, my perception was I didn't do this. I was in denial. And so it wasn't until, you know, much later, you know, a year later, where finally I had, you know, as you get more information and you look at things, I had difficult conversations with my attorney because I realized I had to take some responsibility. I realized that, you know what, I made a mistake.
We learned early on about your connection with Jen Shah. Were you two close friends, or how would you describe your relationship?
I would describe it as we were friends first, and then I was working for her, and then enemies, I guess.
So what did you specifically do for her? What was your job description?
She needed help at the time with, honestly, her life.
Okay, first of all, I feel like I need to clarify. Assistant is a very,
Okay.
you know, I say charity work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
How did you
doing
find out
charity
what she was
work.
doing? Was she paying you?
No.
So you were taking time away from your kids for a job that didn't pay?
Yeah.
Why were you
Why?
doing it?
Why?
Yeah.
Honestly, she was my friend. She needed help. It didn't start like that. We were friends first, and I was like, I can help you until you need somebody.
Oh, you know, you came into this fold because of your connection with Jen.
Yeah.
And that's how, you know, it kind of started.
Mhm.
You know, what are your thoughts on her now? Like, knowing what she's going through now,
Yeah.
you know, spending her time in prison, knowing her before that, what are you hoping for her?
That is a very good question. Honestly, thank you for wording it like that, because that is how I would hope it, that you would phrase that. I hope that she finds peace, honestly. I think that she was battling a lot of internal demons. That's genuinely what I think. And I think it trickled out to everyone else. Whatever was going on in the inside just kind of had this outward ripple effect. And I hope that she's able to resolve all of that.
Yeah. Regrets on that friendship?
No.
No.
No. People will say, do you regret the affair? And that led me on a completely different religious journey, which I'm grateful for. So I try to have this no regrets, you know, kind of mentality, because it's literally led me to here.
Sure, yeah, no.
So you didn't have like...
I had a
Kim K
husband
started out
home
as
at the
assistant,
time.
and look where it got her, and I'll start out as an assistant and see where it gets me.
Like, look, at the end of the day, my goal is to be a star, bitch. Kind of joking, but also kind of serious. Like, I don't want to ruin my chances for ever being on a Bravo show. Hello! No! Bravo will not touch you again with a 10-foot pole. And that's exactly what I was saying. I'm not trying to ruin my credibility or name or future like that. Bitch, what happens if fucking Lisa Barlow or Meredith Marks somehow, we don't know, okay, we got in with Jen, we would never be able to do that again.
And let's talk about the housewife that Tanisha works for. She knew about these recordings before they were posted. She knew very well about these recordings and was willing to use them against Jen. And I have proof of that. Next slide.
I gave them my Instagram. Let me back up. I gave them my Instagram that I was looking at my baby daddy with because their first Instagram got shut down within like minutes.
Oh, wow.
Or the videos got taken down, something like that. Either the page got shut down or the videos got taken down, something like that.
Right.
And then they were like, well, we needed another burner. And I was like, well, I have this fence that I look at my baby daddy with, and you guys can take that. So they had me change the name on it, whatever. So that's why I was logged into it. And then I logged out. So after I logged out, it was only Monica. Monica changed the passwords. Monica changed everything.
Wow. So
She's so funny then to be like, oh my God, there were 6 people.
yeah,
No,
where's that coming from?
I have no idea, but I literally have a whole screenshot of when the other girl who was helping her with the Twitter, deleted the Twitter and she had to reset the password again.
So it was mainly her. My whole thing.
It was only her. It was only Monica. She would ask us to help her with captions and stuff like that. Who was running that page was Monica. 100% Monica. We would give her a little like, yeah, post this, or no, don't do that, or that looks weird. Like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I opened that message on accident from the J guy, and he said that he is just running all over and he'll send some more tea soon, and then winked. What should I respond? I opened that message. Koa, I couldn't hear your message at all, but honestly, I agree. I think that Andy is saving face because I'm pretty sure Bravo has a bigger plan than what we can actually see. So patience is a virtue. Yes, and phase 2, let's get fucking ratchet. Yeah, you guys, honestly, I say we start letting out all her shit. Because even if she knows who it is, she can't prove it. So while she can't prove it, fuck being nice. Like, tell the world what an evil cunt she is, because she's a cunt.
You didn't have to give that information away to your housewife, to the other castmates, to build the storyline and paint you out to be this Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm still waiting for the other castmates and women to share what Reality Von Teese spoke about them, because if you go back and look at that page, and if you've been following that page since 2021, thank you very much. But there is nothing that says anything about the other women. If it mentioned the other women in or on that page or in the stories of that page, it was in favor of them.
Kim Kardashian was a assistant, and look at that bitch now.
Yeah.
I can fully admit that the whole reason why I was an assistant and putting up with that was as a stepping stone, as a learning experience.
So that proves what? That she was doing it to get on the show? Were you being her assistant to get on the show?
I didn't think I would ever end up on the show, honestly. But why wouldn't I try to get on the show?
I was just clarifying that I don't think you were her friend helping her. I think that you had an agenda.
Heather.
Well, you had an agenda.
Did you ever, do we have any reaction from the Shaw Squad to you being a housewife now?
Oh, they're furious.
They are.
Yeah.
And
Furious.
have you had any contact with her specifically?
No.
A lot of viewers had questions about your friend at the Secret Service telling you that there was an active case against Jen. Since that doesn't seem like
That
information.
is not what he said.
Okay, what was it?
He did not say there was an active case.
Okay.
He said, get away from Jen Shaw. She's going to prison.
Okay, how did you find out what she was doing? Like, for real?
For real, honestly, she told me.
She told you?
She
She said, I am ripping off elderly people.
She told me how this...
Okay, we only have a little time. Come on.
No, she told me how her scheme works, and she asked me to be a part of it.
And then how did you go from there to becoming an informant against her?
I talked to the federal investigators.
Did you reach out to them?
I did, yes.
And said?
I said, I have information about your case.
And then
that's when I reached out to my friend in the Secret Service.
You did. And then did she, and what was her reaction when she found out that you had spoken to the feds?
You know, we never actually got to talk after that because then I was a witness.
Angie, why were you so quick to forgive Monica when she was the one spreading the gay rumors about your husband that literally made him cry, especially since your daughter's going to see this in the future?
Yeah, I think at the time I was really confused because Monica continued to say she's saying this, she's saying that. So in the moment, I was really focused on Meredith being the one.
The rumor is that Sean likes to f other men.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
She is crazy.
What was your response to what went down tonight?
Well, it was interesting. I mean, for me, it's not a gay straight thing. It's an infidelity thing for me. You know, we love our gay community. You know, we've been embedded in it for 30 years now, just based on what we do for our business. But, you know, it's just, I'm here to support Angie and I'll take the hits.
And the only one that's spreading their legs outside of their marriage is Meredith.
She is saying that his boyfriends need to be quiet because they're out here in the streets of Salt Lake City talking about your husband.
What was going through your mind when it was brought up, and was it something you had heard before?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. The women are acting like, oh, it's been around there for a bit.
Well, I think Salt Lake City has come a long way. I think stereotyping for a hairdresser 15 years ago, yes, you may have heard that.
Right.
But there have never been infidelity rumors in my marriage existing in Salt Lake City or anywhere. When I went to the dessert shop, Monica really cried. And, you know, I'm a very empathetic person. I felt sorry for her situation with her mom. I think I gave her a lot of grace. So I went backwards and put it back on Meredith. And that's also why Lisa was hurt.
Oh, I was very
because,
hurt.
hold on, let me finish,
Okay.
baby gorgeous. Because I think we both really knew where it was stemming from, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I was wrong. Okay. Well, I understand that Meredith was the one dropping the threats, but then Lisa's telling me that you are doubling down by saying, well, yeah, even people are saying he's good in bed. I did. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because you keep phrasing it as if I started this rumor.
You
All
did.
I did was
You started
tell
on
you.
national
I
television.
didn't start it.
You doubled down
I did
on
not
it. You
start
doubled
it.
down
You
on
brought
it.
it out on national
Let's
television.
talk about this rumor with Angie, and that's like how so you said you heard about this rumor for a while.
Meredith was not the one to tell me this freaking rumor. She and I did discuss it.
Right.
I mean, I discussed it with multiple women, obviously, on the show, but that is not where I heard it.
Okay.
Meredith did not start that rumor.
So you heard it from the streets. That's like
Heard
you
it from
said.
the
You heard it from the
streets,
streets. You
girl.
heard it from the Salt Lake City streets.
Yeah.
How come you didn't go to Angie prior to this then?
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you because, you know, she's obviously said things that she has said in the public, but she and I were not that close. It wasn't something that I would reach out and tell her unless I'm with her, which we were building a relationship. We were building a friendship at that time. I would tell my friend that. I would. I'd be like, girl, did you hear what they're saying about you?
Yeah.
That's just how I am. And honestly, I would expect the same. If someone heard something, I would expect my friend to say, this is what they're saying. At that time, when I did tell her, we were in that place.
Sure, yeah.
So it made sense to tell her at that time.
Right. So were you completely baffled as to why she had such an issue with you saying that? Because she was like, why didn't you tell me? You're like, I did tell you. Like, we did have this conversation.
The whole thing is baffling to me. I'm going to be honest, we've all had a lot worse rumors said about us.
Yeah.
So that being the rumor, I'm surprised that she is so triggered by it. I know she's heard worse. So...
Will we see that eventually come up too? Yeah. We'll see, this is just getting started.
Exactly.
Did you believe the rumor?
I didn't, but I know the thing is I don't judge anybody. I know that a lot of people think that I'm judging Lisa for having money. That's not what it is. Sure. I had to pick a freaking prickly, first of all. But I don't care. And I told her this when I did tell her. I said, we don't care if it's true or not. If you guys have an arrangement, amazing. If you have an open marriage, like whatever. I'm the last person to judge. Look at what I've done. So it didn't matter to me if it was true or not. But I also just kind of feel like, you know, if it was, I don't care. If it isn't, I don't care. But this is what they're saying. That's kind of where I was at.
I think the bottom line is, in hindsight, I regret that I really bought and fell for everything Monica was saying. She's lied a lot today. She's lied a lot, you know, last season. So I've learned my lesson, but in the moment I felt sorry for her, and I really felt like she cared about me as a friend, and she never was. So Andy's right.
So why were you so annoyed by Lisa carrying on about the $60,000 ring? I have to assume if you had lost a $60,000 ring, you'd be freaking out about it.
Lisa had every right to be upset about losing her ring. What I didn't like was that it was $60,000, $60,000, $60,000, $60,000, $60,000.
I only said the price 3 times.
As somebody going through a divorce and just me and my 4 kids trying to figure out what the F we're doing with our lives, it was hard to listen all day to you losing a $60,000 ring. Ever since that dinner in Palm Springs, when I said she's materialistic, I feel like I have just stayed under her skin.
What does she do to make you think that she's like that?
Oh my God, Mary, how many carats? Oh, this is the new Chanel. Oh my God, I love that. I love that.
And she tells you nothing about
I
herself.
love that.
In the
I love
meantime.
that.
And then the rest, she's on mute.
Who do you think
Who do you
started
think
that
started
rumor
it? Because it
that you
wasn't
stole
me.
the ring?
It wasn't me.
That's what
And so many people.
You thought Lisa started that rumor.
I thought Lisa and Heather.
No, that's wrong. You're totally wrong.
Let me ask you this. Why didn't you go online when you saw all the rumors and say, I do not think Monica stole that?
I don't think I need to do that. I don't think that's
Oh.
my job to do that.
By the way,
And maybe
I
that's
will
not
say
my
this.
job
I
to
will
do
say
it.
this.
Exactly. Thank you.
But I didn't say it out loud.
Thank you. You just admitted it.
I didn't say it out loud. I don't need to defend something that's not. You know, Monica, there are people that like watch your behavior and we're like,
live if they thought you
Watch
stole the
my
ring.
behavior? You think I
there
would
are people-
steal a $60,000 ring
it's
from you?
$58,000, just to be clear. I have a new one. It doesn't feel the same. I don't think of it the same. It looks good, but I liked my other one and I want my other one.
Let's get into Lisa Barlow's $60,000 ring. Where is it? Did you take it, Monica?
Why does everyone say that? Why does everyone think, you know, rich people steal stuff too? It's not like it was just me that was in that bathroom. And actually, I wasn't even in there when she dropped it. I went in there after to help her. I did not take it.
Okay, so you do have an alibi. That's good to know.
I have an alibi, yes.
What is the correct way to respond to losing a $60,000 ring?
Here's the thing, okay? You can be upset. That's totally valid. I just think, you know, mentioning the cost to everybody you see is where it's a little, like, classless.
I don't know. Just something is not adding up to me that this girl is now your assistant who is spilling all this tea on Miss Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. Did she tell you before she started doing your hair or after? Like, how did this all happen? You're talking about Miss Monica Lewinsky all on my gown / Reality Von Teese infiltrated the group. But I mean, like, the hairstylist did too, because she's doing your hair too. And she's still working for you. But she also took part of the page. Or in the page, or whatever the fuck. I'm confused on why y'all are, like, mad at Miss Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. I mean, I'm not confused on why you guys are mad at her, because I get it. But then how come you're letting this bitch do your hair? Not Monica, but the girl who's spilling all Monica's secrets and tea. You letting her do your hair, but you also mad at Monica when this bitch who did your hair took part in the page too. Okay, girl.
Pack your bags and go.
Like I said, I'm just a bit confused on why Heatherette is excusing this hairstylist behavior in part in this page, but not Miss Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. I mean, none of them should be excused, really, but I'm not letting no bitch play in my motherfucking head who's been making pages and posts about me that are not good, that are not nice. That don't make no goddamn sense. She ain't about to be pulling and plucking on my motherfucking edges. What I have left. Hell the fuck no.
Mad bitch, tragic. Why they hate this? Mad bitch. You can't take this. You can't take this. Tragic. Why they hate this? Why they hate this? Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? 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 You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.